won by the Thunder.
Yep, I got ball.
Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Paul. Carter comes away with it.
You're on the island now.
I got ball.
Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the left corner. Porter. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Better than that, baby. It's game time.
Here we go.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
I got ball.
Thaddeus Young snatching it out of the air.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
I got ball.
Count the bucket for two.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To Porter. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Paul. Short jumper stays out.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
Porter doesn't have the touch. No good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Andre Robertson trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 46%. Deep left corner, Zach LaVine. Doesn't get the bounce. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
It's a turnover as they head the other way.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Oh, whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Here we go. I got him.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
And he's going to the free throw line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Andre Robertson, couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. Off the mark on the first free throw. Missed the second as well. Lauri Markkanen swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Now here's your chance to make them pay for making you the target of hacking. Well, actually, your free throw shooting made you a target, but you can still fix that.
Can't connect on the first free throw. He missed a pair of free.
Stop the ball, stop the ball.
Paul to Schroeder. Thaddeus Young, huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
It's Chicago ball. To Young, going to launch beyond the arc, and Thaddeus Young still gets it to go with the defense closing out.
Ed, I get it. I know why Indiana fans love Thaddeus Young. He's that guy that just shows up to work every day and is going to outwork you, outgrind you. They don't make players like that anymore.
You've been working on your game. Going up.
And he scores. Unguardable, Jay.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
My ball, my ball, my ball.
Watch the pick. You see it. You see it.
Paul to Schroeder. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Nothing going here on that drive. On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Hey, match up.
Thaddeus Young. He's 3 of 5,
Get your money, man.
60% shooting from the field. Late heave to beat the buzzer. And so we're through one here at United Center with the Bulls on top. Jay and I are back with more after this. You're watching NBA Tuesday night on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go. Be alert. Be alert. Here it comes. Be alert.
Has a look. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Trying to cash in, add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Not that time, and not his shot.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone. Thunder with the basketball to Schroeder.
Defense, let's go. Oh, you guarding me? Please give me the ball. Please give me the ball.
Fires the 3. He took the bait, and he hits.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Here's a chance from long range, off the mark. Paul into the front court. His team up by 1. Ooh, Chris Paul, 4 out of 10.
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Play some D, play some D.
Runner's good there.
Ed, you know you got a problem when you're getting oohs and ahs from the home crowd.
Here's Paul, controlling the
let's go.
offense. Knocked loose.
Hey, Shop.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Oh my goodness, what's going on here?
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Leads a bucket. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Bamute, down low, Noel. Slams it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Thaddeus Young, 4 out of 7.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Schroeder with the basketball. 2-point advantage.
I'm going. Run.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Terrific vision. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
I love when I get a chance to watch guys who can make more out of what they actually have in their arsenal. And that's who Dennis Schroeder is. For a guy who really can't shoot, he sure does put the ball in the bucket.
And Thaddeus Young, it's good off the quick release.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
To Schroeder. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Bulls with the rock. To Zach LaVine. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Knock loose. Here's Schroeder with it. Down by 1. Not that time.
I got him. Let's go.
Young.
I'm here. I got ball.
Beyond the arc for 3. No good. That's great defense. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
Shot from in close, no good.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about you.
Stuffs it down with authority.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Paul across the timeline. Down 5. Here comes the screen. Paul. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Zach LaVine. 3 for 6 now.
A 2-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Teacher of the Year. The winner will receive courtside seats and a halftime presentation in his or her honor. Nominations can be submitted on our team website.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Down to Young. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Deep two there, won't go. To Levine. Count it.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
Good. Off a spin.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Goes to the right side. Young can't get the bounce. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you.
Lets it fly from long range. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
Paul to Schroeder. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. OKC ball. Paul. Down low, Noel. Jumper's good.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
He gets it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Time expires to end the first half. Nice cushion for the Bulls.
The Bulls will start the second half with a decent lead.
Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Chicago Bulls. The Thunder were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead.
Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Defense.
The Chicago Bulls are exhibiting some great defense. They're refusing to let shooters get comfortable and showing great anticipation in the passing lanes.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Bulls have it.
I got ball, I got ball. I got some for
To
him.
Wendell Carter. Nothing going here on that drive. For three. Now that's a contest. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. The deficit now up to a dozen. To Adams. Schroeder.
Gotta come through, gotta come through. Back door coming, back door coming.
The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Gallinari off the mark.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Porter against the elite defender Robertson. Young to Zach LaVine.
Right.
Nice pass to set things up.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Wendell Carter. Porter. To Young. From long range. Off the mark. No good.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
To Paul. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Robertson, defended by the former Hoya. To Paul. Now Adams, down low. Big man, Steven Adams. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Porter, message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
That's rebounded by Chicago. Porter. To Wendell Carter. Scores from the post.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Steven Adams at the line for 2 shots. 56% for his career. And hits the first free throw.
For the Bulls, number 32, Chris Dunn.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair.
For the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Paul to Bamutek. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Bulls with the basketball.
I got ball.
To Paul. Screen coming.
Screen on your
Paul
right.
against
On your right.
Porter. To Bamutek. Down low Adams. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
he connects on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw.
Entering the game for the Bulls, number 21, Thaddeus Young.
And he missed it. 2 for 3 on this trip. Has a look. And the rebound comes to OKC. The Thunder have the possession. A drive, but he can't get it to go. Probing the defense. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. From the outside, no good. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Paul. That's out of bounds off a ball. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 20,
Paul is good.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
To Young. 4-3. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Thaddeus Young with a chance at a 4-point play. For his career, 67%. And he misses that one free throw. Going to launch beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Knocked loose. Adams. And throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Wendell Carter. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Missed the foul shot. Now Paul with the basketball. Down a bump. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Steven Adams with the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Chicago with the possession.
Match up, match up, match up.
To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Thaddeus Young with the block. And they retain the possession. To Wendell Carter. And scores on the Euro step.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Driving right to the basket. He cruises in for two. Too easy.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
To Young. Here's a chance from long range. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Thaddeus Young sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want.
Who gonna do this? Stop the ball.
To Paul.
Get the ball, get the ball.
The pass set it all up.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play. I'll say this, great young talent, but needs to really start making better decisions and protecting the ball.
Here's CP3. Not that time. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
It's good, and one.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Wendell Carter at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Not today. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Paul with it up top. His guys down big. Chicago basketball. Young. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Smothering D. Thaddeus Young with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
You open, pull the
Paul.
trigger.
That misses with 3 seconds left. Long heave from three-quarters court. The Bulls take this one as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls put together a nice win here today. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Chicago Bulls. The Thunder
Just couldn't get within striking distance toward the end of the game.
I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game stats. Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the remaining games. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports.